Hello and welcome to About the House. The 800th anniversary of Magna Carta is being celebrated around the world this year. Magna Carta has been touted as the cornerstone of constitutional government and parliamentary democracy. On the day of the 800th anniversary, Parliament House held a special event to celebrate the impact of the Great Charter and its continuing importance today. The event was opened by Speaker of the House Bronwyn Bishop, who spoke about Magna Carta's influence and highlighted its most important feature, its challenge to arbitrary rule.
But the most important thing about it is it said that even the mightiest shall be subject to the law. And that is perhaps the greatest principle that we celebrate and commemorate on this 800th anniversary. It was the first attempt to fetter the powers of the king. And that's why I guess he repudiated it very strongly. And of course, when the Stuart kings tried to again establish absolute power, of course it became very fashionable to talk about Magna Carta again. So it comes in waves, but it is with us and has been through the ages, and of course forms part of the unwritten constitution of the United Kingdom. We share that tradition, that Westminster tradition. There was a time when people talked about us as Washminster because we had some Washington influences. But what we have done is made it very much our own. We are Osminster. And here we revere the inheritance that we have, but we have made things our way. We are truly a strong, independent nation that values its roots, of which the Magna Carta is certainly an important part.
Similar commemorations were held around the world, but due to the international dateline, the event in the Great Hall of Parliament House kicked off the celebrations. Prime Minister Tony Abbott paid tribute to the Charter, which he said had shaped so much of our history and that of the modern world.
Magna Carta was, of course, repudiated by King John a few weeks after he signed it. It was denounced by the then Pope as dangerously subversive, and Oliver Cromwell called it a gust of hot air. Yet it has become the foundation of liberty by establishing that no man is above the law, not even the king. It was subsequently reissued by several monarchs, including Edward I in 1297, who proclaimed that it had become part of the common law of England. It's one of the very few originals of this 1297 proclamation of Magna Carta which rests here in this Parliament as a mark of our fidelity to the great traditions upon which democracy rests.
The event also saw the launch of the commemorative Magna Carta $5 coin, which was presented to the Speaker and the President of the Senate by Ross McDermott, CEO of the Royal Australian Mint. Students from Boggabri Public School in northern New South Wales also received a coin after travelling more than 700 kilometres to be at Parliament House for the event. In the chamber, Opposition leader Bill Shorten continued the commemorations, briefly addressing the House before question time on Magna Carta's enduring importance.
The touchstones of our judicial system: protection from arbitrary or illegal imprisonment, the right to a speedy trial before a jury of one's peers. There was freedom of trade and commerce, the lifeblood of great trading nations. It talks about allowing widows to remarry, the first minimal recognition of the rights of women. It even had a single standard of weights and measures. But at the very heart of Magna Carta there was one idea in every word of these 63 clauses. It was the idea that rather than settling the administration of a nation through conflict, through armies, through dictators, even through benevolent monarchy, it was the idea that a group of words could explain to society how it is run. And as Winston Churchill did indeed say, he said that the Magna Carta represents the supreme law because it put this rule of law above even the power of the monarch.
You can see one of the 4 surviving originals of the 1297 Magna Carta at Parliament House in Canberra. To learn more about Magna Carta and to see a full translation, visit the website.